What's up, Niner faithful? Johnny Dell back once again for another episode of 49ers Playbook, trying to answer the whys and hows of each game. We're going to continue our episode reviewing the game against the Bengals last week, and this time we're going to give some love to the defense. First, we're going to start out looking at how we stopped the run. The Bengals could not run the ball at all. They averaged just over a yard per carry, which is abysmal, and we're going to talk a little bit about how that happened. We'll jump in here with the second play of the game. I'm not pointing this because we did something so amazing because the Bengals really just fumbled the ball here, but I want to talk about this play because it's going to lead into the next play. What they're going to do here is they're going to run what's called a tackle trap. What that is they're going to leave DeForest Buckner unblocked by the play side, try and kick him out with a trap. So what they're going to do is they're going to lead up into the hole, lead up into the hole. These guys are going to try and block these ways, and then they're going to take this guard, pull him around, and then his job is to kick DeForest Buckner out of the hole. So that this way they get a block out, kick out, and they're able to take their running back and ideally come up through this hole. That's how this is supposed to work. You're hoping that this defender will take a step up, take himself out of the play so he can get kicked out, and that way your running back is able to get on the move. What ends up happening here is Buck does get a little confused by it. He goes to hit his man and he's not there, and so he does get kicked out a little bit. He did recover at the end. They did have a little bit of a hole here, and the reason why they don't get anywhere is because they fumble the handoff. So again, Buckner didn't do terrible. I mean, again, he's working into the hole, so that's still a good play. But that was mainly a no gain because they didn't go anywhere. Reason why I wanted to show that was because I want to show this play. This is, if you look at the same formation, they're going to come with the exact same play. This was about 6 minutes later in the game. Excuse me, no, it was the second quarter. So this is the second quarter, and I want to show then this is how the players we have, because he's going to recognize this play coming at him again. It's one thing to be able to make adjustments on the fly and do things, but it's another thing to be able to have the memory to recognize things that you've seen before. So here, he's going to see this same play, and he's going to see the guard trying to take off, and this time, he doesn't get fooled, and he's going to grab on to this guard and not let him get to the second level and drive him into the puller. That's a great adjustment. That's how you want to see this play done. Because here now, instead of letting this linebacker or this guard get up to the second level, he's contained him, taken on two guys, and plugged the hole. This plugs everything up in the middle. For some reason, the tight end just let Ford go. These two guys have a confusion. They both think they're supposed to go get Alexander, and both of them let Ford go. But because of this, then you have Fred Warner, who's completely unblocked. He's able to read and just follow the running back. It's plugged up in the middle. Their running back can't go anywhere, and he tries to bounce it out, and there's K'Waun Williams waiting for him. So this was a great play by Buckner. Really shows his maturation as a player. He's smart. This is why he's such a good player, and we're able to just stuff this run for no gain. That's why I wanted to show these two plays, one right after another, show him playing the exact same play. Here on this play, I want to highlight what we have going on here. We'll watch the play first so you can kind of see what happens. We get a tackle for no gain. It's pretty cool. So one of the knocks that people had about D Ford coming out was, can he play the run? Yes, he can. Now, is he a guy you want to stick in the middle and bang around and take on double teams? No, but he can take on an edge, and even when you can get a tackle on him, that's not ideal. What's going to happen is Cincinnati is going to sell this counter, but they're just still going to come play side. They're trying to get the linebackers to flow away, to go this direction, and they're going to come this direction. So here at the snap, you see D Ford 1. He comes up and he attacks the outside shoulder of the tackle. That's what you want to see. Keep your edge contained. And as as Mixon is coming, trying to attack hit the point of attack, DeForest Buckner does another good job here. Again, they're trying to scoop him. They're trying to get this guard across his face, help, and then get the center up and get the guard up to the second level. Buckner recognizes this, and he's going to hold on to this guard and actually attract a double team. So therefore, he's able. So you see here, he's attracted a double team that prevented a guard or whoever from getting up to the second level, and that leaves Tart then open in a lane. On the backside, they leave Armstead unblocked, and so he's just able to run down the line. He hits the tight end, and we have this is DJ Jones here. DJ Jones played a phenomenal game. He's going to come up here. He's going to take on this guard and not let this guard scoop him. We've seen this how many times on our team, right, that this guard wants to hit, scoop, seal him off. He sees it. He actually gets scooped at the beginning, but he's going to use enough power and leverage to get underneath the guard, push him up, and still cross his face, so that when all of this mixed with D Ford containing the edge, which is what his job is, doing a great job here, coming around, not letting himself get sealed, containing the edge, Buckner tracking a double team, so that leaves Tart unblocked, able to fill, and DJ Jones then not letting himself get scooped and attacking. This is why they couldn't run anywhere, and it's a tackle for no gain. So here's, again, is going to be another play. What they're going to try and do here is they're going to pull and try and go to the left side on this play. Excuse me, that was a different play. This is a different one. They're just going to try and run up the middle of the field. Notice Solomon Thomas over here. You know, the guy's taking a lot of flack. I like the kid. I want him to do well. I'd like to see more. I want to see more plays like this. Here's Ronald Blair is on the outside. He's going to, get contained and then go, and we're going to see Solomon Thomas is going to take this guy on, and he's going to beat him inside. So here from the snap, he hits the guard, and he uses, this is the power you want to see. You want to see him play violent like this. Get up, shrug the guard off, and fight and get inside. Because what happens here, I know it doesn't seem like he affects the play, but watch Mixon. Mixon is supposed to take a step to his right and then come up in this hole. And what he sees at the handoff as he's looking this direction is he's seeing Solomon Thomas has beat his man and he's coming inside. So that's going to make Mixon, he's going to take the ball and try and bounce it outside. And that's where Ronald Blair, who's then in contain, is going to be able to make a stop here. So you see here, Mixon, he's looking, his eyes are going to be this direction. I know I played running back in high school and we ran this exact same play. Whenever I got the handoff, I was looking this direction because that's where you're going to be going, and your eyes look where you're going to go. And so he sees that's not happening, tries to cut it outside, but we've got great contain there. So great play by Ronald Blair there and Solomon Thomas. Good job. Give props to those guys. This is the play I was thinking about. Excuse me. Sorry for that last one. They're going to pull. They're going to try and go over to the other side, and Blair's just going to run this down. Now, again, here's Nick Bosa. Again, one of the concerns about him was, can the guy play the run? Well, let's see. Here at the snap, you see they're going to block down. They're bringing this tight end across, and he's going to try and have a little kick out here. They're actually pulling two guys. They're pulling the center, which is not common. And Bosa just beats the center. One thing you love about Ronald Blair is hustle plays. This guy hustles. Once he sees this tight end turn and go, he's going to follow the puller. Follow the puller. I played linebacker as well. One thing you're always taught is follow the puller. They're going to take you to the play. When teams pull blockers, they're going to take you to the play. So follow the puller. And there he goes, and he's just going to hustle down. Again, the running back has to stop. This is Bernard. He wants to cut up inside. He sees Bosa flash color, and he tries to bounce it in outside. And that little jump step he has to take gives Blair enough time to tackle him, to run him down from behind. Let's look at it in full speed. That's good team defense. That's good team defense. All right, let's finish this up with one more play. Looking at the run, again, this was just kind of lather, rinse, repeat against the run. what's going to happen here is I love the job that Sheldon Day does on this play. That's a mouthful, sorry. What is going to happen here is Cincinnati's trying to run a zone play like we run. And so again, they're going to look to help get the tackle to scoop on Sheldon Day, and then the guard up to the second level on Quan Alexander. They're going to try and do the same thing here with the center and the guard, getting the guard up to the second level. And they're going to try and run between the guard and the tackle. So here, we have Ronald Blair. Again, good job on his attack points. He's going to hit the outside shoulder of the tackle, set the edge. On the backside, look at Sheldon Day. This is textbook how you play this. He's going to hit the guard, and he's going to stay with the guard. He's not going to let this guard get off of him. That's his job, to eat up that double team and leave Quan Alexander free. Solomon Thomas doesn't do quite as good of a job taking that on, but what he does do is if you get beat, then you have to fill that hole that the linebacker would be in, because now this isn't a hole. So he does a good job of not letting himself get driven out of that hole, but he gets himself into the hole. So it forces a cutback. Again, Sheldon Day had occupied the blocker that was supposed to get it to Quan Alexander, so he's left free, and he does what he does and makes an awesome looking tackle. So let's watch this one more time in real time. Bam. That's awesome. That's really good team defense, and that's our defensive line just stuffing the run. This is how we were able to contain Cincinnati's run game the entire game. So thanks for tuning in. Check out the next video. We're going to look a little bit more at the pass rush and the secondary over the next couple episodes, see how they did, how they held up, and how it affected Cincinnati, and really held Andy Dalton to right around 160 yards before we pulled our starters. Because that's really what we, the yards they get in garbage time, I'm not really concerned about. So all around, it was a great defensive game. So we'll take a look at the other parts of the game in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you'd like to support me on Patreon, I will put the link below. Thank you all for tuning in, and go Niners.